some point you start Top Dog Learning Group.
Correct.
Talk about, because there are people that are listening to this that are thinking about starting their own company. They're thinking about writing a book. They're thinking, right? Talk about the mindset behind that. What got you to that point where you made that decision?
It, it was actually, I was on the Disney Magic, as irony
Okay.
would have it. And I'm shadowing the woman whose job I'm taking. Her name is Ruth. She's still one of my best friends this day. Just talked to her like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm following her around and we're on the Magic, which is at the time a seven night voyage.
Hmm.
And she's like, we need to have dinner. I'm like, well, we're on a ship. We're going to have dinner. She's like, no, no, let's go to the spa. And side note, working for a cruise line is weird because you
Hmm.
see your coworkers in their swimsuits all the time. Like you
Hmm.
don't do that in normal places.
Yeah.
So her and I are sitting in the co-ed spa and we're just kind of hanging out. She's like, we should start a business. I'm like, we have jobs. Matter of fact, I'm taking yours and you're moving on.
Right.
She's like, no, no, together we're the perfect chief learning officer. So, we talked about it throughout the voyage. I'm like, okay, this could be a cool side hustle. And this is
Hmm.
2002. So this is quite a bit ago.
Yeah.
So we go to our EVP of HR, and we tell her the deal. And she's like, first of all, thank you for telling me. She's like, don't use Disney stuff. Don't use Disney time. Have fun. And we're like,
Hmm.
okay. So we would meet once a week and we try to get some clients and write training classes. And we weren't doing a whole lot, but drinking wine and talking about training and all that. But it was fun, and we kind of created the business infrastructure. Flash forward to 2008, so
Yeah.
6 years later, I had been let go from my last corporate job, which we can talk
Hmm.
about in a minute. And I was like, well, I had this whole business infrastructure. Let's take it from a part-time to a full-time and see what happens. Now, side note for those listening and watching, 2008 was a really crappy time to start a business. The economy was really bad, but I
Kinda.
got lucky. Yeah, oh, it was bad. But talk about being resilient. I
Yeah.
mean, when COVID hit and Top Dog was like, oh, yeah, screw this. We did this once before. And that's actually some of the strategies we teach in our resiliency classes that we do. But yeah, so my recommendation would be, if there's something you're passionate about, try to start a side hustle. It's not
Yeah.
easy, of course, but you'll never get to a full-time gig unless you start that part-time
Yeah.
uh, situation. And I mean, it's what, of course, I've been doing almost 17 years later.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what was the job after the Disney? So you said there was one in between?
There's a actually there's a couple. So